Okay, everyone, welcome to the Airgun Gurus live stream. We're just going to be doing some testing tonight. We've got a couple of guests on already. I'm going to bring them in one at a time, and then we'll bring everybody on at the same time. If you do want to join in on the feed, the link is on the Airgun Gurus Facebook page. Just click on it. You can use it with your mobile phone. Excuse my shaky table. I've got a Black & Decker workbench with an old door on top of it. In the green room, which is a waiting area, we've got Pete Dodsworth and Bill Howie. I'm going to bring them in order, so I'll bring Pete in. We'll say hello to Pete. Hi, Pete, how are you?
Good evening, David. Keeping very well, thank you. Yourself?
Aye, okay. I like having you on. You're one of the very few people I don't need to warn all my mates about before introducing you to them.
We can talk till cows come home, us two, that's for sure.
I'm going to bring Bill on as well, so thank you very much. I'm going to be testing some bits and pieces as we go along. If anybody's watching, if this is actually working, it totally failed the last time because I had my Facebook on as well, and I was getting an echo from it, and I could hear myself twice. So anybody doesn't know Pete, I'll let him introduce himself to you and what he does. We are looking to do a night vision special with Pete, where he can do questions and answers. Doc has just come on as well. We will let Doc on as well. He should be able to hear me. We might never get rid of him. I had to mute him the last time. He's a brilliant value for money. Pete, do you want to tell everybody that maybe doesn't know you what you do and how you do it?
Yeah, I can do briefly, yeah. Well, my name's Pete from Night Vision UK, one of the two co-founders with Eddie St. Clair. He's not on tonight, unfortunately. We'll try and drag him on in future. I think we've been running now about 5 years, 6 years. Started off with sharing ideas of night vision, kept getting asked to build for other people, and then you can only turn people down so many times, and then it went from there. Invited by yourselves up to Drumlarrig for the country game fair up there, and it's gone from strength to strength, helping people build night vision and selling it to themselves. So that's where we're at.
I remember the first time I tried your night vision, it was getting really dark, and I think I was on Facebook and I said, this kit is great. Hadn't even switched the IR torch on. That's how good it was. So it's quite impressive. Right, Pete, I'm going to put you back into the green room for 2 minutes. I'm going to bring everybody on at the same time. I'm just going to say hello to Bill.
Yeah. See you later.
Bill, how the hell are you?
Fine, Davey.
I see you still got the same wardrobe. Doc's in the green room waiting to come on. He's getting his Google Translate ready for you and I.
Call me English again.
Nobody can see Doc yet, but we'll bring him on. He's got his Flatbroke Airgunner hat on again. Denny from Flatbroke is probably going to be coming in to say hello as well. It's a good test, this. I could do, if anybody's on the Facebook group, if you don't mind sticking a quick comment in just to see if we can get it on the screen. We are testing this and it's quite difficult. Bill, quite a lot of people know you as well. Do you want to give people a wee quick introduction to yourself?
Yeah, I've been shooting for 50 years now, more than that. I'm a member of Grand Penier Rifle Club. Been a committee member there for quite a few years now. Parked in being a committee member this year. I'm having a wee bit of a sabbatical.
Are you guys going to be start shooting again up there soon?
Well, there's been emails going back and forth. We're trying to float the best way to do it, to keep it safe. So we're looking at that, looking at getting stuff like hand sanitizer and social distancing and stuff like that. That's at Denwood. I don't know about, I'm not sure about Watmill. It should be pretty easy outside, you know. It's not like there's an awful lot to shoot there anyway.
All right, I've seen the UK HFD people have got like pipes that they put over the pegs.
No.
Shooting gets a pipe, so is it it's only them that's touching it? I don't know if that's a pain in the backside or a brilliant idea. If anybody is watching, let us know what you think. Obviously, I've got a funny feeling nobody can see this. I'm recording it anyway, so it will be on YouTube later on. We are going to be.
I do pest control as well, so I've got 7,000 acres I shoot over.
Oh, is that all? I've got 43. 43 rabbits left. Right, Bill, stay online. I'm going to try and get everybody together at some point. I'm just going to say hello to Doc. Doc, how the hell are you?
I don't know, bro. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. Your screen's a bit misty.
Crap, brother. Because every time I went to sign in, it said that the audio wasn't working.
No, it's working fine.
So I was going through all Chrome and everything to do. So one thing that I looked at, mate, I don't know if you have, when I signed in, I thought it said something like we can have 6 people like on the screen at the same time. Is that what it says?
Yeah, we can.
Because you know the program better than me.
Yeah, we can get up to 6 on. I'm going to bring everybody on soon. We've got 4 on just now. I've just given everybody a wee chance to introduce themselves so that people can get to know you. I think a lot of people know you anyway, Doc.
Well, that you notice I changed the name this time. It was because of an American that sat there and says, "There's that crazy Canuck."
All right,
and we had some fun. And you and I had discussed before this video, I'm going to try to behave myself and keep it down to 2. What are you laughing about? I'm trying to behave here.
I know.
Wait a minute. You know what I want to say, people? Anybody that gets to this point, I am literally postponing a date with a really hot chick to be with my airgun friends.
Well, we appreciate.
Like she's saying, come on down, hurry up and shut. And it goes, nope, I got my buddies on the net, my Scottish kin, and I got to do it. But man, you know, you got to give me a pin or a T-shirt for the sacrifice I'm making today.
We'll let you go early this time, Doc.
So, with your permission, I only want to, like you and I discussed this, I wanted to bring up a lot of things. You were on the last video asking about the Tommy gun.
Okay,
so with your permission, this video on our test, I will show the Tommy gun, and I will only show one more that is a bit of fun, and that's it. We'll just limit it. I'll try to shut up because I don't want Bill sending me that coffin that you showed last time. And I don't want you pissing your pants because we already saw how the sheet vibrates upside down. And if it's an electric seat, you could shock parts that don't need to be shocked.
Right, well, I'm going to bring the other boys in just to do a wee test to see if we get 4 on it.
Damn, I can't get my external speaker to work on the program this time.
All right, can you hear me now?
So anyway, where we're sitting at this point in time, I don't know if who you have in the green room other than our good friend Bill. And like I mentioned to you, the last one we should call 3 Crazy Scotchmen. And I sort of got a little tainted. But anyway, are you ready for this?
I'm going to bring the boys in for a quick test, Doc, and then we'll get you on full screen and you can give us a look at whatever you're going to show us. Is that okay?
Yep. Because I got a funny one to come up. So watch. Who we got? Oh, we got Billy. I don't know who's this young lad down in the. Oh my God, he's brave enough to join us. Do you have that? Wait a minute. Let me get my glasses so I can see who this young man is. I can't find my glasses. Anyway, this guy down in the corner, like last time, Bill and Davey had the alcohol so as to put up with me. So I hope, Nate, that you got some there. Anyway, watch this. I got a secret one for you. You ready? Now you see it. Oh, by the way, anybody who hasn't watched the first one, this is a tribute to our good friends in the Denny McKenzie, Flat Broke Air Gunner. Him and I worked. Him and many people worked together to give donations of new guns and stuff to new shooters. And then I think I figured out the camera again. And then there's something here from some strange group in Europe. I think it's called Air Gunner Gurus. And then it probably doesn't show, but Doc, Air Gunner Gurus. Okay. Davey, you owe me for that. Now watch this, guys. You're going to love this. This. You did that last time, you bugger, and I love it. Anyway, watch this. You're going to really love it. Now you see Doc with a hat. I don't need to do any more promotions. Just a second.
Oh, my word.
Hello. I am fighting the coronavirus from Canada. This is called a Mac 11. In history, it was a weapon of the Secret Service that protected President Reagan when he had the assassination attempt. This mask is way better than your goddamn cloth mask. This is a Spartan mask. And then throughout history, everybody knows the Spartan beat the ass out of those, whoever they were. Anyway, that's a smile. Now, because I promised Davey I'd keep it short, I'm not going to talk about this thing because this is a F of a lot of fun. I do have a couple of other guns, but because I have a big mouth and talk a lot and I love that Davey says I'm shy. When I was in high school, if I had to do or in public school in high school, if I had to do a speech, I wouldn't do it. I would get a 0 before. But becoming a DJ, then when you're a DJ, you have to get up there and get the crowd going. Now, I'm going to. Oh, wait a minute! I forgot something. I'm a real cut up, ain't I? Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Anyway, I'm going to let you guys. Oh, you want to see that again? You know what I like about this machete is I've done some videos with it. It's rusty, but when I do things with that thing, it looks like it's blood. So it's like I'm a killer. But I would like. No, I'm not going to be. What's this? You got a snatch? You haven't got a snatch.
Doc, hurry up and show us your Tommy gun.
Anyway, 2 things I do want to do before we shut down is, one of them isn't shut my mouth, but Davey and I discussed this before we did take 2. I was going to show you guys 4 guns, but one that I really want to do, I'm going to let you gentlemen talk. Davey had mentioned 2 times in the last video about the Tommy gun. So with Davey's permission,
I don't think you need anybody's permission, Doc. Just keep going on with your show. Oh, I think he's froze.
Is he broke? Has he used up his talk time? It's run out of credit.
He's back.
Thought you run out of credit, Doc. His new girlfriend's downstairs cranking handle on generator.
Keep going. He's absolute gold dust. He's absolutely brilliant. I love him to bits. I can see his picture. I'll bring him back in if it stops freezing.
But when you did that test yesterday, Davey, I read his name underneath the bottom of the thing wrong, and I read it as being Canadian kumquat. I read it twice before I realised it said Canadian Sasquatch.
He's absolutely he's an absolute gem. He's hilarious, and he was quite good last night. He was showing us a gun, and I thought he was just going to show us it. I think it was a pistol he was showing us, and I thought, oh, that's quite interesting. And then he told us the history and who it was invented by and how there's a recoil pin on it, and it came for he went on for about 15 minutes about the one. Bill, you're awfully quiet. I can see you laughing.
Hey, if you look at us 3 sat here in a row, it looks like we've gone through 3 generations of hard work.
Looks like it.
Before and after.
I think he's back on. Let's see if we can get him back on again. Well, I think he's got a couple of guns to show us. He's got a cool Tommy gun. He was telling us. Doc, can you hear us now? I can see him, although people watching this won't be able to see. Let's see if we can bring him back on again.
There he is.
Doc, you're back on. We lost you. Oh, you've changed position. I think your camera's steamed up.
Is this room full of dope?
Doc, see,
There's the Tommy gun.
Okay, you fucking mugs. Alfonso Capone told me to look you buggers up, and you been messing with his territory. Now listen, I got my chopper here in 1928 Thompson machine gun. Mr. Capone, I helped him out. You heard of St. Valentine's Day? Well, I did that for him. I did it for Mr. Speed Blondie. You look at my goddamn video and you'll see. Now, you just listen. You just listen what I do. You people tell the coppers, this is what you're going to get. Don't you? Ah, you duck, you son of a bitch!
Filled it full of lead.
Wait a minute. I don't fuck around. Look at this. Pardon my language. I got a full mag here. I think I got a full mag. There you go. Bonnie and Clyde taught me. On the serious note, I don't dare shoot that because that's got like 200 rounds per minute. So anyway,
there's a few bullets shorter magazine here.
Oh yeah, this thing holds I think 400 or 600 rounds. But anyway, I got one more. I'm going to restrict it to one more, and it is a rare German one, and it's got an accessory that I've never seen anybody like. I'm on Airsoft and things. It's very rare accessory, but you chaps, you know, I don't want to steal this show like I did the last one. You chaps talk, and then I got to change costumes.
It's lost.
Way too late for that.
And I like the guy with the glasses up here in the top who ducked. That was so super. That was so super. Thank you, bro.
I'm just trying.
That was a lot of fun. So anyway,
stop pointing that gun
I
at
have so
David.
many that I could talk about, and I'm trying to restrict it down. Davey and I are talking about maybe sometime going one-on-one and doing some individual ones. But I want to hear. I don't want to hog this one. I want all you guys to talk, especially that Bill because he doesn't speak Canadian. So
I'm trying to stay at the road.
I did a major faux pas.
Stop pointing that barrel at people.
Anyway, I'll see you guys. You guys talk. I'm going to prep for the last real super informational thing. Oh, by the way, with that Thompson, it's called a 1928. This particular company, and by the way, these are fake glasses. This particular company, the way they decorated it, for all of you, well, the one thing that I want to say over across the country, I did research on the different things, and this model by this company, which is called King Arms, this is a model that was leased from the United States to the British Commonwealth. And how you can tell that is the original 1928 had the charging lever on top, and then where the serial numbers and everything is on the sides, like the American ones never did say USA, but the ones that were leased to the British Commonwealth did say USA. So it's like I say with the replicas, and I said in the last one, I research all my replicas, and it just makes me feel really good. That, like I'm holding this gun that I just showed to all of you is a replica of a gun that was used with the British Commonwealth in World War II. So you got... Oh, shit, I thought you were showing me a woman I could date. That's not a female Sasquatch, Pete. Jesus, you guys tease me so much.
We love you too, bits.
You know, just a quick thing before I go away and you guys chat. I started camping here in Canada in bear territory. And one of my best bros said to me, he goes, Doc, aren't you worried about camping in bear territory? And I goes, no. Number one, I have more hair than most bears. Number two, if it's a female bear and she's in heat, I'm single and I might get a date. Number three, I says, I don't worry because have any of you three ever heard in the matter of history of a bear attacking a Sasquatch? So I'm safe.
Yeah.
So you gentlemen chat, and then I'm going to prep for the next little short historical thing.
All right,
because we don't want to take the... Davey said that if I do this again, he's going to make sure my beer is flat.
All right, okay. I'll put you off, Doc, till you go get your stuff ready. Oh, God, that was brilliant, isn't it? I'm forgetting this is probably going to on YouTube later on.
That's better than drugs.
It's strange, you can see the people that are shooters, because even though he's on the screen, he moves his gun out and everybody goes. Really odd. I'm just waiting for him to fire it so that this could happen. Oh, we can do stuff like that. Right, I'm just going to have a wee faff of it as we're doing some checks. Nobody's put any comments on, so I'm assuming that this isn't working right on the Facebook group. If anybody is on the Facebook group, if this is live on there, please put a comment below it just to see if it pops up on the screen. We are trying to test this at the moment. I know it's Saturday night and
Doc shot them all.
What's that?
Doc shot them all.
Great. It'd be absolutely brilliant if anybody's really into guns, because he knows absolutely everything about them. He researches them before he buys them. I can see him on my screen down the bottom, and he's doing really odd things. You don't want to see what he's doing, honestly. I'll need to put them back on, Doc. Right. Anyway, Bill, hello.
Yeah.
Quite hard to get a word in edgeways when Doc's on, isn't it?
Hi.
If anybody's watching this, it is just a test. We're letting anybody come onto the stream tonight. The link to get onto the screen is on the Airgun Guru's Facebook page. Just click on it. You can do it with your mobile phone. You can do it with a webcam. You can do it on an iPad. It's really easy to come on. In the future, the link will be getting sent out invitation only, and so that we can have a chat about different things. Pete's probably going to do a night vision one. Bill, you can do an HFT one. You're a good HFT shooter, you know it?
Not so much now. In fact, I haven't been up to Walk Mill for about a year.
Oh, have you not it?
Yeah. Too busy doing pest control.
You'll be selling your good nice and cheap.
Yeah. I've been going to Denwood pretty much every week, but not Walk Mill.
Lockdown sucks, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Right, okay. You want to see the faces he's making at me on my screen. I can see you guys even when you're not kind of on the main screen.
I want to know when he's with this young chick that he's got, and if he goes muff diving, how does he know he's been successful?
No! I just hate my imagination right now. I'm sorry, guys. I'm really distracted because he's doing really odd things. He's highly entertaining. Right, I'm going to bring him back and let him see his other guns, see if anybody else wants to pop in. I'm going to switch my camera off for a wee minute, guys, because I'm diving in for a pee. Old age is kicking in, so bear with us. He sent me a message saying he's got to go in 5 minutes, so we'll bring him back in. He's usually got some really interesting to shows. I think he's got hundreds and hundreds of guns. Let's get him back in. Doc, you ready for your next stint? What are you showing us now?
I'm out of prison. Oh my God.
Okay, I think that's.
No, now before I go on, Pete,
Hello.
I've never met you. So on a serious note, what kind of Bill and Davey know what kind of shoot am I into? I don't know if you do, but I would like to ask for our viewers, what kind of shooting are you into? And when I say what kind of shooting are you into, is it plinking? Is it competition? Davey doesn't understand English and knows that I hate PCPs, but like he teases me about it. So no, but Pete, what I would like to know, because I've never, no offense, I've never heard of you. So what are you interested in for our viewers?
Well, the history at back of mine is the building the night vision things, and personally shooting. I got back into it maybe about 7 or 8 years ago. It's PCP air rifle side of stuff. So a bit of plinking, not done the HFT before, and a bit of pest control, rats, rabbits, squirrels, sort of thing, things like that. And then sometimes go out with mates on the FAC side of stuff after foxes and things, but mostly air rifle.
Yeah. Now, to introduce myself to you, Pete, is I am connected with so many sites and so many people from around the world. I'm a plinker, and I coined the phrase replicaholic and plinkitis. And like what I had touched on, and sorry, Bill, I offended Bill because I said everybody in England. But then I later, that was a major faux pas because we're all from Scotland and I'm Scottish. But the thing is I find that people across the Atlantic are very much into the same type of thing that you are into, PCPs, FAC, and whatever the other one you said. In the Philippines, we get a lot of people because of the restrictions that are making their own custom things and that. Down in the United States, I'm from Canada. Down in the United States, it's very popular with everybody's getting into the more powerful guns.
Yeah, you've seen a lot of
what
more
I'm
powerful
trying to emphasize is that I really get it really irks me wrong when somebody says, I only have 9 meters to shoot, or I only have this gun. And what I always tell those people, because they're beginners coming into the sport, I always tell them, your only halves is often more than what anybody has. Like in my room here in Canada, I have to go outside of the city to shoot, or I'm illegal. And so when I shoot in my room, I have 10 feet. Or I have to walk 30 minutes, like 2 or 3 kilometers, carrying all my guns, 60 pounds of equipment, camera gear, guns, and everything to shoot. So
you're not allowed to shoot.
I'm always interested to learn what's going on with people across the ocean and that. And like with our test run, like I said to Bill and you, here's another thing that people or listeners might be interested in is that like Bill already answered this. Pete, how are you finding this coronavirus shutdown? How is it affecting you, not only for shooting, but how is it affecting you for your personal life?
It's been a really strange year. I mean, my business sees me visiting exhibitions, shows, country fairs, game fairs.
Yeah.
So they've all been decimated for this year. The last one that we did was in February at the British Shooting Show at Birmingham at the NEC. And then after that, everything else has been cancelled. The ones that were in June,
Bill,
July, August, all the same.
When you're saying they're canceled, do you have like an extended date? Like here in Canada, we're sort of rocking with what goes with the USA. The Canadian border and U.S. border isn't opening up till June 21st. I have a
Yeah.
lot of guns setting down in Buffalo, which is just on the U.S.-Canadian border. And the reason they're setting there, they're legal to come into Canada, but some companies don't want to pay the extra, licenses to send them. And then a friend of mine says, well, there is a gun dealer that's going to go down and get it. So I had applied for, because I had planned on going down to the United States and doing a Northern United States thing, a tour. And I applied for my passport. But then with this COVID, everything shut down. So where I'm getting at is that, like you're saying, like, I know because I watch stuff from all around the world. I have fans from all around the world, even though you may never have heard of me. I know that a lot of the ranges are shut down. And I know that it's really strict in the British Isles. And from what, maybe I'm naive in thinking that the British Isles consider Britain, Scotland, and Ireland. I may be naive in that. And I know you guys are being really restricted with that. But
it's
are you
tight.
as a shooter, like you said, you got your business? Are you with your business? Have you looked? Do you have any internet access? Are you or is it just really totally hurting you? Are you managing to shoot anything at home, bro?
I've got obviously internet, online sales, the website side of things, but the face-to-face stuff's gone totally.
Facebook is a real jerk when it comes to sales.
Oh yeah, well, absolutely, yeah. I mean, I've got other social media things and other methods, so you just it forces you to make business in different directions and look at things very differently. But again, it's not just maybe, as you were saying, like British Isles. England, Wales, and Scotland have got slight variations on the restrictions themselves as well. So where England might be opening up and allowing shooters to maybe go out social distancing and putting in good practice, using sanitizing things, wipes on gates and stuff like that, and being invited to come on to do pest control by the farmers or whoever's got permissions. And I don't think you've got that yet in Scotland, Davey, have you? I think that SACs are making headways into finding out exactly what the situation is, and I think Wales is maybe similar. So the shooters in the UK as a whole have got different precedents and different guidelines to adhere to at the moment.
I think here in North America, I know I'm in Canada, but I'm speaking for my American cousins. I think we really, which we shouldn't, we have a tendency to group everybody across the Atlantic in one big group. So it's like you just brought up a good point, England, Wales, Ireland, Scotland, everything. But I think that maybe I wouldn't like to use the terminology narrow-minded, but I think it's just the way we think of you guys over there. It's like I made the faux pas the other day in the initial one, which Dave and Bill can attest to. But the thing is we just say England where it isn't just England, but we just have a tendency to think of all of that in the same thing. Now, to reverse that, like what you were saying about all the different countries that you mentioned, what we're going through in Canada is all the different provinces. I live in Ontario. We have one of the highest contents, and then British Columbia. But in Quebec was very high, and they got so severe. Their restrictions were that they were disallowing interprovincial transport. And I'm going, no, that doesn't happen in Canada, but it did. Like if you were trying to get to Ontario to New Brunswick, it's like, nope, you're at the Quebec border. Turn around.
That's interesting, though, because I think like exactly the same is happening in France.
Are handling this different way. Different countries are handling it a different way, and
I think that's what's happening in France.
I want to thank you, Pete, because you really have a good understanding of Canadian. I'm still trying to learn Scottish and English and Australian and everything. So you're doing pretty good. I think
So,
you know what I think that helps you is because you get a bit of a beard. You can understand the
absolutely.
Sasquatch.
Yeah, I've not got mine in my ears. Doc, you know when you said that if you shoot within your room, you're legal, but you can't shoot outside. You've got to move so far away. Is that because it's a province thing, or is it that?
Well, actually,
shooting you do?
I didn't say it was legal in my room. I said I'm shooting in my room because they, pardon my language, they don't have to know about it.
Yeah.
My one of my longest guns and my heaviest gun is a replica of a Barrett M50 M82.
Yeah.
M82 is the U.S. Designation for it. The real one is 57 inches. Mine is 55.5 inches. And what I joke about, I says, when I go to shoot my room, if I pick that thing up to shoot, I'm already halfway across the room. David!
So hi, I'm just doing some testing while we're on, guys.
Just a second. I want to show the one last one real quick. Okay. Here, make me a big screen, you bald-headed bugger. Okay, this is something that I have never seen any other. Wait a minute, I got the wrong language. This, my friends, is something that is not shown across the internet. A lot of people do not know what this is. I have seen nobody that has this. Okay, what it is, many people have heard of a broom handle, but there is some confusion. There is two broom handles. Let me show this. There you go. There is two broom handles. There's one that's called the M96, and this is the M712. Now let me put that up. Whoops. If I put it up the right way, it works. Anyway, the difference between the M96 and the M12, this is the broom handle because of this thing, is that the M96 loaded from the top with a clip. The M712 loaded from the bottom and it had the option of full auto. Now, I have a video about that. But what is rare is this thing. I have seen nobody that has it. I don't know if you guys notice. It's a wooden thing and a leather thing. And you can, if you take the mag out, you can put it in. But these were designed for, I believe, the First World War for fighting in the things. And what it does is it clips on and makes it into a carbine. And I have never seen anybody on Facebook, whether it's Airsoft or BBs, have one of these. So I took a chance and ordered one. And I've seen World War II pictures. And just in closing, it's like I said in the last video, any of my air guns, like I have 39 and 37 are replicas. I always research the history of the real steel version. And by the way, these are just prop glasses. So I researched.
Is the broom handle a replica air gun?
No, yes, it is. I have no desire to own powder burners. Mm-hmm. All my air guns are either BB pellet or airsoft. And this thing here does full auto. I have a combined video of shooting my mini Uzi replica and this one. But I saw this online and I always wanted one of these, and then I found it in China. It goes around, let me show, it goes around your shoulder, and then you have a belt loop back here. Now, there is another one that's very similar. I don't have it, but you can get a similar one for the Lugers, which a lot of people don't do. I will go very quickly because I don't want to steal the glory of this thing. But one thing I touched on in the last one, with my replicas, I always research the real steel so that when I shoot them, it's a piece of history I have in my hand without having to buy the real thing. So,
Yeah.
Billy,
Yes.
talk. I'm always shutting you up. Talk, brother.
Pete, what do you think of the pards?
About
the
the what,
pards?
brother?
To the pard unit, the night vision.
Yeah.
Great units. I mean, people that I know probably had one of the first couple of units that came into country before they were called pard. The first 007 before it were named that. We got the chance to look at bringing some into country, but at the time it was a unit that was a very unknown quantity. I was building something very, very similar to it, called the Artemis. That I think I built about 6 of them, which are near-eye inline unit. And Pard came out, so it sort of put a stop on what I was doing with it. But we were never sure. We didn't know whether they'd have any longevity. We didn't know about build quality, how long they would be supplying them for, what maybe parts and things would be like. But in general, they seem to be a good unit. They're difficult to get hold of spares for at the moment, and to try and get repaired. I mean, I was at one point a nominated repairer for them, and sell them myself. They're a great unit if you like an inline type unit. They have got their issues. The 008's a great unit, the 19 spotter that they've got as well. They've just updated the newer one, the 007 and 008A versions. So yeah, they are great units. They could definitely be improved, but it's like everything else with regards to Chinese side of stuff. That they see an idea somewhere and they just take it. Doesn't matter where it's from. So whatever they take, they've sort of, although they're very honourable people and everything else, when it comes to business, they're very cutthroat, if you wish.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're a good unit. I mean, there are issues, or have been issues at the moment. Just to give people a little bit of an insight if you weren't sure. Trading Standards have got involved with regards to allegations of the units, the infrared and the red dot systems that are on them, but possibly not compliant to UK standards. So Trading Standards sort of doing an investigation. I don't think that's finished. I don't think there's been an outcome of it yet. So it was basically, can you withhold from retailing the units until we've come up and found out whether they meet guidance or not? And I know a lot of guys, a lot more experienced than I have done lots of investigation into it themselves personally. Some off the Night Vision forum, Bruce and Russ. I've done a lot of work to it to find out, what's the right and wrongs about it. So we are seeing them come back in, but again, I think we're all still waiting to actually hear officially from Trading Standards what the situation is.
Russ is a member of our club. And, the video that him and Bruce did, I was out there on the site marked Wraith. That was my Wraith, actually. They did the test. One of our club guys works in the oil business, and he was over in Texas, and he brought it back, and I got it. So I think it must have been the first Wraith in the UK.
Yes,
I didn't care for it. I preferred that. I've got a Pard, the LRF just now, and I much prefer the Pard. I've also got a 19 spotter. It's a way back just now because the screen froze on me. It goes to the boot up bit, where you get the Pard coming on screen, and then that's all you get. And I've got a file to try to put into it, put on an SD card, put into it, but it didn't help it, so I had to send it back. Yeah,
that is the only problem is support with them. I mean, the latest is that, excuse my ignorance, Sportsman's Gun Centre have now got the sole importer distributor rights, which are good and bad things, I suppose. Individual people like myself, Ian Blackwood from Blackwood Outdoors, lots of other independent people that have sort of brought these into country, put a lot of time and effort at back of selling them and supporting it, will basically be sort of left high and dry, I suppose, in a way, if it goes to a single importer. The big thing I hope, in a way, is that they will be designated a UK centre for repair and warranty, instead of having to, maybe, if we have got any troubles, hope that people have got spare units, or in the past that have possibly been shipped to Poland for repairs.
Yeah, well, I contacted PARV themselves about the 19th, and they put me in touch. They gave me the email address for Sportsman Gun Centre. But when I messaged them, they sent the same file, which I already had, which didn't work. And I said, it's probably still under warranty. And they said, oh, in that case, you better go back to where you bought it from. So they didn't want anything to do with it, basically. Once I said it was, it hadn't been bought from them.
Yeah. But we just have to hope that they run with it and do the right thing with regards service, repairs, warranty, and everything else. Just have to see.
Guys, we're going to be finishing in 10 minutes, and Dog's champing at the bit. I think he's got his sound back. I'm going to bring him back on. That was really interesting about the PARV. There's loads of stuff there that a lot of people would have found really good. Doc's waving at me, so I'm going to bring him back in. We're going to be finishing this in about 10 minutes, guys. If you think I've been a wee bit quiet, I've been faffing about with the software, just try to tweak it a wee bit. It seems to be working okay. Let's get Doc back. Doc, you're back.
Hey guys, I got a very important question for the three of you. Now, being a replica shooter and into plinking, you three are into professional, what I consider, professional shooting competition. But everything I see online, everybody's saying what scope, what red dot.
Oh, yeah.
Now, here's my question for the three of you. Seeing as what you all do and the higher end of shooting you do, what is your opinion of shooting iron sights or peep sights? Have any of you tried it?
Yeah, iron sights, definitely.
What do you think about it? Now, that's what I'm asking, because I have personally just got it. Like I have both cataracts operated over in the last 2 years. I am an iron sight shooter, but I just barely got into peep sights, and I love it. I love it. My most accurate gun is a peep sight one. So with you gentlemen who are shooting much higher, much more difficult targets than I do, I would like to hear about your experiences with iron sights and peep sights, please.
Yeah. First air rifle that I bought, blimey, which was a German original 38, I think it is, a 2.2 Springer. That was open sights, and then I've still got it now. It's immaculate, and I shot with open sights for a long time. I then put a set of Casnars 3B9B40s, which were a real big brand at the time, but we're going back 40 years ago now. And I still do use open sights. I take my scopes off of that, and I'll plink every now and again with that one. I tend to use scopes on my PCP, obviously. My R10, that's not got iron sights at all on that one. I don't think they tend to these days that much. But yeah, I still enjoy the Springer side of stuff, definitely.
My first gun, I think, one of my first guns was a Realm Tornado in 2.2. And that was the same. I used that for plinking, and did a wee bit of hunting with it using open sights. Nowadays, it's all telescopic sights. I've got the PARV on my HW100 just now. We do sometimes have little competitions at the club where one of our members has something like, I think it's over 150 rifles, So he quite often takes one in, and he's got guns dating back to like the beginning of the 20th century. So he'll quite often take one of them in, and we'll have a competition using that, which is open sights, which is pretty good fun. So that's my experience. But yeah, open sights is good fun, but I wouldn't shoot open sights now, I don't think, for pest control. Certainly not in ranges I'm shooting at.
I use open sights now and again for a bit of fun, but what I found is if you've got rabbits really, really close to you, even up to about 20, 25 yards, open sights are fantastic. You can get on target really, really quick. We have HFT competitions up here that's open sights. A laddie called Peter Lowe tends to do them. Bill No Pete. One at Cloydbank, and there's usually 1 or 2 every year at Dunfermline, and they're really well attended. I had a great shoot with a laddie called Fraser Hansen, Bill as well. Funniest HFT shoot ever. I won't tell you why, but I'll let Fraser come on and maybe do that one day. I was absolute tears of laughter at it. But every now and again, I've got an old BSA Meteor, a Mark II, it's a 2.2, and it's absolutely deadly with open sights up to about 25 yards. That was a really good question, Doc.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to thank you guys all for your opinions, and I really respect it. But the one thing I did notice is nobody mentioned peep sights.
No.
But that's cool because I respect all the skill that you guys have on your competition shooting, and how I came into a peep sight is I went over to a hawk shop and found a rifle. I just went over to see what they had, and I found the rifle it's actually quite old. I think it was from '87, and I initially bought it to flip it, and then I cleaned it up. I cleaned the wood up, took the paint off it, and then it goes, well, before I sell it, I'll try a couple of shots. And after I tried a couple of shots, and it goes, oh my God, and so I ordered the replacement parts for the sight. And it is one of the most accurate guns I have. So, iron sights is one of the funny things I saw one time is this: iron sights are the stick shift of the world. You guys are using automatic transmissions. Iron sights are standard transmissions. Like when you guys start using scopes and that, So I can respect all that, but I respect. Like I said, I'll reiterate that I respect I respect all of you because you're competition shooters, and I wanted to get your opinion because you all shoot with scopes, so I wanted to see what your side of the thing is with iron sights. So thank you for responding to me.
All right, guys, listen, that's us just coming up for an hour. The test went pretty well. We are going to do kind of more structured versions of this. And listen, guys, thank you so much for popping in. It seems to have went okay. I have no clue if it's worked on the Facebook group or not. It is working on.
We've been talking to ourselves for an hour.
Yeah. Saturday night's not really the time to do it. We're going to, plus it was a last minute thing to do a wee test. Because while you guys have been talking and I've been having a wee faff about the software, and it seems to work really good. So listen, guys, we'll do this again. We are going to do open versions of this where anybody can join in. We will bring anybody that wants to come in on. It doesn't matter what the subject is, we will allow it. So you can absolutely go nuts. We're also going to be doing kind of proper ones as well with different people coming on. We've got some really good guests lined up. Probably not as good as you guys. Talk's got his Tommy gun out. So listen, guys, thanks very much. There's no great way. I know you always go the wrong way, don't you?
I'll get down the way.
Look, listen, guys, this will be on YouTube as well. If you want to have a wee quick look back at it, you might never want to look at it again. Thanks so much for helping out with the test. I really appreciate it, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Okay.
Take great care, people. Take care.
Big
Take care.
Nice one, Doc. See you.